Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. My name is Gerald Post, and today I'm excited to invite you to the International Molinological Society, or TIMS for short. We are celebrating our 60th anniversary this year, and our goal is to inspire new generations of mill enthusiasts worldwide. Today, I will show you why TIMS is so special, what we do, and how you can join our global community. Let's start with the basics. TIMS was founded in 1965 and is the only international society dedicated to the study of mills. We currently have over 400 members spread across 40 countries on 5 continents. Whether you are an historian, an engineer, or simply fascinated by mills, TIMS brings together people with a shared passion for history, technology, and culture. If you like more details about the history of TIMS, I recommend to look at our publications on EM92 50 Years of TIMS, published in June 2016. It is available on our website for download. Mills have shaped human history for centuries. They provided food, supported industry, controlled water, and influenced culture and art. When we study mills, we learn about engineering, history, traditions, and the people behind them. It's a mixture of science, technology, and storytelling. Each mill has its own story to tell, like we see it in artwork. Our mission is simple yet powerful. Foster global knowledge about mills. Encourage research and restoration projects, and create opportunities for collaboration between enthusiasts, scholars, and engineers. It's a place for your mill studies. What makes TIMS truly special is its global community. We organized international symposia every 4 years. We publish research and host mill tours. Our members are friendly, passionate people who love sharing knowledge and welcoming newcomers. Membership is open to anyone interested in mills, historians, engineers and architects or millwrights, students, archaeologists, or just curious minds. You don't need a formal background, just enthusiasm and a desire to learn or to share your knowledge. Knowledge? Some TIMS members have expertise in mill stems, in old postcards, in horse mills or water mills, or are experts in tight mills or horizontal mills. Being a TIMS member gives you access to our journal International Molinology, which comes out twice a year. You get invitations to our symposia and mill tours. And you have the opportunities for networking with our experts worldwide. Our publications are the backbone of knowledge sharing in TIMS. International Molinology comes out twice a year. We also publish our Bibliotheca Molinologica series with comprehensive studies of different mill subjects. All publications are included in your membership fee and come free of charge direct to your home. Our e-newsletter keeps members up to date on global mill topics. We offer access to private books selling, and every 4 years, TIMS organizes its International Symposia, which is our biggest event. Over 100 mill firms from all over the world participate. In 2019, I had over 120 people attending the symposium at Berlin. During the symposium, we have our general meeting where the council presents the annual reports, figures and facts. Important decisions take place, or new council members get elected if needed. These events feature research presentations and field trips to local mills. Recent symposia were held in Berlin or in Portugal last year, and the next one is planned for Poland in 2027. A chance for you to meet fellow mill enthusiasts. This event is like a family reunion. A year later, all symposium papers and presentations will be published in the mill TIMS transactions. Between symposia, we also organize mill tours in lesser-known regions. Very often in remote areas, not many tourists will go. Often it's more an expedition than a mill visit. TIMS members who organize these tours have good connections to local mills and ensure that the mills are open when we come. We have been to Sweden, to Latvia, Czech Republic, Bulgaria, or we went even in an old mine in Germany to see this famous water wheel. In 2026, we plan to visit Belgium. These tours combine sightseeing with learning. It's like traveling with friends who share your passion. Personally, what I love about TIMS are the people. Wherever I go, I meet friends to share my interests. I gain knowledge, exchange ideas, and feel part of a truly international organization. I learn from experts and get involved in getting new and valuable information. It's more than just a society. It's a large, friendly community. Everybody is treated with respect. But what about other members? What do they think about TIMS? Thank you to Radu Trifan. He made 2 interviews during our last trip to the Netherlands. I shortened these interviews for this presentation, but we will upload them to our YouTube channel later in full length. The interview been done with Susanna Luaro and Jolt Eisermann.
So, TIMS is getting older. It's 60 years old. It's 60 years since we started. What can you tell us about the first years of your experience with TIMS?
It's far away. Now I'm 86. memory starts failing, but I can remember several things which are crucial. To start with, the president of TIMS at that time, Mr. Jespersen, was not very happy to have me coming into this organization because I was not academic. I had no university degree, and he tried all what he could not to let me come in. But in the end, I came in somehow with recommendations, and since then I have been working, well, not much, but always in the shadow, but somehow what I did is projected into the future. To start with, I did the whole transactions by translating all the Portuguese papers which were presented in 1965.
At the first symposium?
Yes, because the chairman of the symposium at the time, Santos Simões, Portuguese gentleman, specialist in tiles also, and mills, an archaeologist, he died suddenly. So the transactions were put aside, and it took more than 7 years to be printed, to be done and printed.
So your first symposium was the second?
My first symposium was the second in 1969 in Denmark. At the time I was living in Sweden. So I came with a friend, which was a museum curator. She took me in the car and we went to Denmark. And there I met Mr. Jespersen for the first time, and Mr. Simões and all the others, and we became friends for life. Huh?
Tell us a little bit about the atmosphere of that first symposium. How was it? How were the people? How did you meet? How was the symposium?
The symposium, it was very intelligent, not artificial, real intelligent. People from very high grades, professors, architects, archaeologists, engineers, well, people who knew what they were doing. And it was the first time they were going to be confronted with their colleagues with a subject which all of them liked, mills, in different situations. Some were belonging to a group where they were reconstructing and refurbishing and helping. Others were producing books on mills. The third ones were just amateurs, or they loved mills, but there was nothing else except the paysagistic situation like me. I like the paysagistic, the entourment, the environment, how it's put, machinery, I don't know anything. But there were so many others who knew, so why should I bother? Anyway, it proved that this first symposium was an experience for everybody to come forward and to help each other and be friends for life. And now, after 60 years, most of them are dead. I am one of the survivors, but I did something from the past which will be put into the future. I'm very proud of it. And nobody can take this from me. I mean, I did something for TIMS, and I'm happy.
Can you tell us funny stories, a story that you remember, some moments that really you remember with great pleasure about TIMS?
About TIMS, no, really. What shall I tell? Well, I remember one which is very vivid. It's when I met Jolt from Holland in the symposium in 1973. When I came first time, and I met all these Dutch people talking a language which I had never heard before, and Jolt was one of the stars. He was very young, a blonde guy, going with shorts. It was in May, it was rather freezing, but he had sandals and shorts, and he was running up and down the mills, telling everybody to go there or to go there, and talking loudly in a very broken English, but we could understand what he wanted. And that made me laugh because he was such a figure, which I will never forget. And he had already, now he didn't have glasses yet, but he had this blonde hair flying around with the wind, and the sandals and the shorts. I'll never forget that. And he was very knowledgeable, very knowledgeable. He knew everything about it. You could ask him anything. That was one of the stories.
Yeah.
He was a very special person.
Do you have a message for the TIMS, actual TIMS members and future TIMS members?
That's a difficult question.
A message.
A message. The message is keep going, never lose faith, use your hands to help in the reconstruction and running the mills, use your head, be careful with the wind, and pass on the message, because otherwise in 2030, let's say, now we are 2015, there will be no TIMS.
Anything else you would like to add that I didn't ask?
I would like to add a kiss to every of my mill friends in TIMS, and a big hug, and I hope they still like me or love me or endure me, because now I'm just worth nothing, but I'm still here alive and I'm enjoying myself, so I hope all the others enjoy it with me.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Very happy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jolt IJzerman, born 5th of September 1950 in Amsterdam.
In Amsterdam. How come you became a member of TIMS?
Well, it started earlier. When I was 7, friends of my parents that came to visit my parents took for me, as a child, a little booklet with them. And that was about bell towers and mills. And later, my father discovered that afterwards he wrote to this friend, dear so-and-so, you remember when you were here, you were telling about this mill society that exists in the Netherlands. And Jolt is so interested in mills after that booklet. What is the address? And he made me a member of the Hollandse Molen, the Dutch Mill Society, at the age of 7.
Which is older than TIMS.
That was in 57.
That happened in 57?
57.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I got the bulletin of the Mill Society. And then, much later, when I was still at high school, I read in this, no I was not, I was just a student I think. In 71, I read in this bulletin that there were transactions being published about the 3rd International Conference on Molinology in Denmark in 69. And I read it, I said, had I known that before, I would have gone there. But it was unknown for me, and for most people in the Netherlands, never. It was a very small group that met then. But that started it, and from that moment of 71 I was interested, and in 73 I was a student then, there was the 4th symposium in the Netherlands, in Oosterbeek, quite close to where I was studying. And that was when I joined this meeting. It was for me as a student very expensive in a hotel, but I was allowed to stay in my room. It was only 20 minutes drive from the hotel. And so that's where I really get in touch with TIMS, that did not have members yet. The society as such was founded. And that's where I met Susanna Luro. She was assisting Anders Jespersen from Denmark. And from that moment onwards, I got fascinated by TIMS.
Can you describe a little bit of the atmosphere of the first symposium? How was it? How were the people? How did you feel?
It was elderly gentlemen.
Yeah.
You know, I was the exception. I was 21.
You were the youngest.
Yeah, by far the youngest. Yeah, yeah. The next age would be almost double as old as I was. Elderly gentlemen speaking on a high level. fairly theoretically. But you know, this Portuguese guy that started the first meeting in 1763 from Portugal, he was quite determined, and he started off the whole business. And then it was the idea, it was to be a learned society. So science was the base, not mill preservation or public whatever content. That was what it's about. And I was always been somebody about content. So that attracted me. Yeah.
What does TIMS mean for you? How did TIMS change your life? How did TIMS impact your life?
Well, it's looking back, it's changed life certainly. I've got so many contacts with people all over Europe, all over America also, through TIMS, through the symposia, through contacts you had, and you would pay visits to people during holidays, during the time that I was in council. I have tried to, every now and then, to go to the annual meetings of the watermill section in England, the French Mill Society, the German Mill Society, so to show off that TIMS was there. And then you get contacts there. I'm fairly easy in languages. I speak easily English, French, and German.
What do you think is the future of mills and the future of TIMS?
Yeah. Well, you know, the mills make a revival now today with the electricity generation, but that's quite a different story. It started off with traditional mills too, though. Early 20th century, there were people in Denmark and Germany that tried to improve the traditional mills with then quite new aerodynamic techniques and knowledge that came to existence. But that has developed in such a different direction and very fast. If you see these huge wind-powered wind farms you see today, it's quite a different story. But that's, of course, the modern times and one of the answers to the whole climate discussion. But, well, the traditional mills, that's the past. And we shouldn't hang to the past. But nevertheless, it's interesting how mills were part of a society and helped the society, and how the technological development took place. We just discussed on the table tonight that in this group, people go and see mills, but few people look into the technical aspects. How does it actually work, or how does it differ with the other mill? I think that's a pity. That was always the focus of TIMS. But you see that gradually fades away a bit. And that's a pity, but inevitable on the other hand. Yeah.
A final message to the TIMS members?
It's a warm family. It should stay like that, apart from the content. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Nice,
yeah.
For researchers and students, TIMS provides a platform to publish work, presents findings, and gives you access to historical resources. Many members have published books and studies with our support and reaching a global audience. We provide access to archives and connect you to members who share your special interest. To summarize it, TIMS has over 400 members across 35 countries, published 15 transactions with over 400 mill-related articles and papers and documents. We published 25 BM books and have over 60 years continuous knowledge sharing. We are small but global and growing. Membership starts at any time of the year. It includes journals, newsletters, and gives you access to all new publications. Joining is easy. Just visit our internet page and fill out the membership form. Students and people under 30 pay half price. As we look to the future, we want to increase the number of TIMS members worldwide. We want to grow in digital presence. We increase our social media activities on digital platforms. And we're also reaching out for memberships and especially young members and sponsors. Join TIMS today. If you love history, technology, or just want to be part of a welcoming international community, join TIMS or become a sponsor. But now let's celebrate 60 years of TIMS. I raise my glass. Cheers to TIMS and many years to come. Thank you very much for watching this film. What is TIMS all about?